Hi, and welcome to Colorado Youth Network. My name is Lauren Bowe, and tonight we're going to be talking about climate change. And with climate change, most of our statistics that we use are from this book called The Climate of Hope by Carl Bloomberg and Carl Pope.
Wait, who are these guys?
Well, Michael Bloomberg is the founder of Bloomberg LP, which is a global media and financial services company. He served as the mayor of New York City for 12 years, and he is the special envoy for cities and climate change.
And Carl Pope is a veteran leader, and he's also a former executive, director, and chairman of the Sierra Club.
So this is about climate change. So all the things about Hurricane Harvey. Did you know that there was $1 billion in damages, and the economic losses were $45 billion to $65 billion? And in total, with Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma, it was about $290 billion. The majority of deaths were in the Caribbean islands, and right now the Hurricane Maria is a Category 5, and it's happening right now in Puerto Rico.
I believe that the first time that there's been 2 hurricanes that have been Category 5s hasn't been since like 2003 or 2002.
Wow.
That's crazy. And then I think the fact that it lasted around almost a week, it's crazy because we also think that, you think that these people just got done with this one hurricane, and then almost less than 4 days later, the second hurricane comes along, and it's insane.
I mean, the governor of Puerto Rico called this an unprecedented situation. So, and it's happening right now in Puerto Rico. And it started today, which is September 19th. And so what is this? Is this global warming? And what can we do? I mean, we can talk about it, and there's community emissions, and we can try to use less gas and oil. But
Well, because of global warming, the ocean's hotter, and also that means that there's more water vapor in the air, which is basically fuel for hurricanes. So I think it has a lot to do with global warming because there's been so many hurricanes in the past 2 months, and
And not only here have we been experiencing the effects of global warming in Eastern Europe, they've been in a heat spell. And according to the New York Times, the weather began in Italy and then the Balkans in the spring. And the temperatures have been in the low 100s and only dropping to the 80s at night. So they've been in a heat spell since mid-June, and it's been so hot, it's been affecting their economy. And so I think all over the world that we're all starting to realize how much global warming is starting to affect everything.
even here in Colorado, it's raised about 2 degrees in the past 2 years.
Yeah, not only that, but see, Colorado doesn't have to worry about hurricanes or the water rising. But another thing is that Colorado is one of the highest heating states in the country. And also, there's been a major drought that's just begun that's been affecting the major rivers and lakes that are in Colorado. And also, the mountains received half of the annual snowfall. And I think that's a big deal. I mean, I think every person in Colorado likes to ski or snowboard, or at least go to the mountains every once in a while.
I love skiing. I go skiing every winter.
Yeah, I love the snow, and then the fact that we're getting less is not fun. And then also our plants are kind of brown, and the grass isn't as green, and that's part of the beauty of living in Colorado. So,
But we can help fix this, even though we're not where there's hurricanes. We can send out help and just start eliminating these gas emissions, because there was 3 to 4 million barrels fewer from these hurricanes after the Texas refineries stopped producing them.
And if all this stuff that's going on in Colorado and just around our country and around the world isn't really getting to you, then maybe food will, because one thing is they already have us pay extra money for guac at a bunch of different restaurants, but now it's way overpriced at Walmart or any place that has avocados or oranges.
I heard that the avocado prices have gone up around by 50%, and then the orange prices have gone up by $1,
Mm-hmm.
which that's crazy, because that just kind of brings, since Florida and all the islands that were hit by the hurricanes are so far away from us. We don't really, you see it on TV, but you don't really think about it until you see that, and it's affecting your grocery stores and like how you pay for your food. So.
Yeah, like it affects all of us. So I think that we should all join together to help bring awareness to all this, because it doesn't just affect Texas or Florida, and we just need to talk about it and have a conversation and just raise the awareness of it, because it doesn't just affect them, it affects all of us, and the sooner we realize that, the sooner we can help fix it. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to Colorado Youth Network. My name is Jamie Hunt, and this is our news segment, What's Happening Now? Well, it's kind of confusing. So President Trump wants us to build a wall, but we lost $45 billion to $65 billion in economic money for Hurricane Harvey. And with Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma, it totaled to a staggering $290 billion in economic money. So how are we supposed to afford this wall? I don't really understand how we need to help these disasters, but also build a wall to keep immigrants out. It just doesn't make sense to me personally.
Hey.
And hi, who are you?
Oh, the name's Horatio, but you can call me whatever you want, you know what I mean?
What are you doing here?
Well, you see, I just got off the airplane, and then I heard you say Trump, and I was like, I can hear like a hawk, man. I can hear like a bird in a hurricane, man. Speaking of hurricanes, do you know that there's a new hurricane about to hit?
A new one? Which one? Yeah.
Maria. I remember because that's the name of my cousin.
Maria?
Yeah.
Oh, so what do you feel about this wall?
Well, the first thing is, speaking of all the hurricanes, it's costing a lot of money, like billions of dollars, just to fix it up, and I just sort of feel like we could do so much better with our money than build this wall that really won't even help in the first place, because a lot of immigrants go through different places, So.
What places have you been through?
Oh well, I used to live in South America. Then I lived in Mexico, and then I lived in New Jersey.
Okay, well, thank you for your input on that, and we'll get back to you next time on Colorado Youth Network.
Hi, and welcome to the Colorado Youth Network. I'm Lauren Bell, and this is our segment, What's Happening Now? As some of you may know, in the headlines lately, we've been talking about the Paris Agreement. If you don't know what the Paris Agreement is, it is basically the accelerated low-carbon transition. What this means, it doesn't make much sense to most of us, but this basically means that we are going to try to transition from oil and gas into a more green energy like LED lights, electric vehicles, wind to solar energy. This will help, and it'll make our planet more green, it'll help with global warming, and it'll overall just benefit everyone. Now, the cool part about this for the US is, even if Trump isn't a part of this, and he doesn't believe in it, then us as a nation can still abide by the different parts of the Paris Agreement.
Excuse me,
Who are you?
my name is Pip. Well, my mother is Pip, I'm Pip Jr. I'm from London, the outskirts of London. I go to a boarding school.
That's great. Do you know where you are?
Well, I heard you talking about Trump and the Paris Agreement, and so I wanted to come in and get some insight.
Where are you from in London?
The outskirts of London.
Gotcha.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
Do you know what the UK stance is on the Paris Agreement?
Well, I don't know what they think personally, but in my opinion, I believe that I just think Trump is he's baloney. Like bloody hell. You got people over here and they're struggling, and then he drops out of the Paris Agreement. Like, you can't do that. We need the help. We need all the help we can get. And it's a good thing
we as the US can still be a part of the agreement and still abide by the different standards. You know that, right?
How? President Trump doesn't want us to. He
how it
dropped out.
works.
So how are we going to?
What is the UK going to do? You should know because you're part of the country.
Well, you see, I am not part of the government.
Don't you read the news?
No. That doesn't have to bother me. I am a child. I can do whatever I please. It does not bother me. It will not bother me in the future. It is fine. People can deal with that all they want.
That's an interesting opinion, I guess. So, Pip, right?
See, yes.
How did you find your way to the Colorado Youth Network?
Like I said, I was around here and I heard there was some news about Trump and I just had some questions and I wanted to get some insight.
Well, thanks for joining us, I guess, or walking in.
Did you know my boarding
we
school
have
is
to wrap
kind of
this-
like Hogwarts?
We have to wrap this up, but thank you for your opinion.
Just
Thanks for
different.
joining us on the
Just
Colorado
different.
Youth Network. See you next time.
Thank you. Toodaloo.
Yo, welcome back to the Colorado Youth Network. I'm your anchor, Harrison Cohn, and this is what's going on now. So, Donald Trump just had a speech, and he was basically talking about North Korea and all of the threats and terrible things and things that it's done in the past. First off, he said that he was going to threaten North Korea with annihilation and saying that the U.S. is ready to attack, and that's what the United Nations is meant for and what it was built on, which I guess he means that the United Nations was built on people trying to oppress and attack the people who came over to America.
Oh, this
and
is Trump. He's just so crazy.
yeah, I agree. Who are you?
Natalie de Crompet. Who are you?
I'm Harry, the anchor for the TV show that we're filming right now.
What TV show?
It's called Colorado Youth Network.
Oh, I knew that.
Oh, so where are you from?
Paris, of course.
Oh, so like Paris, you know.
Oui.
How's that?
It's very interesting. We have great food. It's great, but all these events that have been happening has just been made it crazy.
Well, I mean, I heard that Trump pulled out of the Paris Agreement, and there's a lot of heat
Oui.
there. How's that?
It's been very interesting. I mean, Paris and France have always been very calm, but I mean, I haven't seen much of a change. I've been here in the US traveling and seeing the sights, and it's been great.
Oh, that's cool. So
Oui.
why are you in Colorado? Why are you here?
I was just driving, and I decided that, oh, hey, there's a mountain, so let's stop. So we stopped here, and now I'm here.
Are you like with family or?
Oh, no, just by myself. No,
Oh.
of course I'm with family.
So you are with family?
Yes.
Oh, you confused me there for a little bit.
You got to keep up. You're too slow.
Okay, well, how do you
But
feel?
we really need to talk about this Paris Agreement.
Yes, I agree. Since you are a resident in Paris, what's it like? You know, I mean, are people mad at America, mad at Trump?
I mean, everyone's mad at Trump. I mean, what country isn't?
Mm-hmm.
But I think we and Paris and France, we are starting to figure out how this whole thing is going. It was very confusing at first, but now we're starting to understand.
Mm-hmm.
But you Americans, you just cannot keep up with you. You're
Well,
just
I
so
mean,
crazy.
Al Gore was at a meeting a
Oui.
little bit earlier. So I guess that, you know, Americans who really believe in climate change can still, you know, participate in the Paris Agreement and, you know, really try to...
That is great for you, because, I mean, you Americans are all over the place. Like, you're just half and half of you are on the left, half of you on the right. You just don't know where you're going.
I agree. I mean, like, it's sort of good that we have freedom, you know, but
Oui.
sometimes I think that, you know, political parties can get in the way. I mean, that's
You
what-
Americans get in the way of everything.
Oh, that's rude.
How's that rude? I'm just stating the facts.
Well, I'm going to go try to find the security, and I'm Harrison
I thought I was
Cohn.
supposed to be here. Why are you calling security?
I don't even know who you were.
I'm Natalie
Okay.
de Crompet.
It's Harrison Cohn signing off. Thanks for joining us on the Colorado Youth Network.
Au revoir.
Hello, and welcome back to Colorado Youth Network. We talk about some serious things on here. One of the things is suicide, and this actually happens very often, and it's honestly overlooked. A really sad statistic is that teen suicide continues to be one of the top 3 causes of death between ages 15 to 24. And even sadder is that it is the 4th leading cause of death between ages 10 to 14. And the most common side effect or the most common cause is depression. And this cost the U.S. economy $200 billion a year, and people really don't know the staggering effect that it can have. So Lauren, what is your opinion on so many people committing suicide?
I think this is a really important issue that we all need to be talking about and raise awareness for, because it happens a lot more than we think it does. It really hits home for me because in the last couple weeks in the area that I live in our district, one student committed suicide at a middle school and then shortly after at a high school. So we had 2 suicides in 1 week in my district. Now just think about that in a bunch of different districts around the country. That's a lot of people. I did some research and I found that on average 121 suicides happen every single day. Like, that's insane. Just think about that, like, for a month. That's a lot of people. And also, it's the 10th leading cause of death overall in the US, which is really crazy, and it really shouldn't be that way. And I think that everyone needs to be aware of the people around them, and if you see people begin to isolate themselves or their personality changes negatively, or if they start distancing themselves, I'm sorry, I can't talk, and they become irritable and things like that, we all need to be aware and encourage them to talk. We need to talk to one another. We need to make sure that we are raising awareness and that we're not keeping this pushed off to the side, because we really can't anymore. It's becoming too big of an issue. And I think also we should encourage people to talk to other people about this and share what they're going through, because if you keep it inside, it just makes it worse. And so there is a National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and that is 1-800-273-8255.
So if you need help, do not hesitate to call 1-800-273-8255.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Colorado Youth Network. Hi, welcome to the Colorado Youth Network. I'm Lauren Bell, and a quote from Al Gore, who is our 45th Vice President of the U.S. and recently made a movie called Inconvenient Sequel, Truth to Power, which was made in 2017. Millions are having the same kind of internal dialogue, namely, I'm going to have to get involved in this. The political system has produced President Donald Trump, so I have to get involved in this, Gore says. Now, Harrison, what is your opinion of the public understanding of climate change?
Well, I think that really when it comes down to it, people don't care that much about the future of our world, as far as they'd rather make a lot of money. And I think that a lot of climate change ways to fix the world would actually save us money. But you know, a lot of people think that it won't, because you know, a lot of people are big in the oil industry or something, and I think that people would rather listen to adults with a lot of money than kids and teenagers, you know. And you know, we should really see the movie by Al Gore and try to really save our planet. And I think that's why we're here, to really try to get people to listen to us and have people try to start to make a change at our age too. So yeah, thank you for joining us on Colorado Youth Network.
Welcome back to Colorado Youth Network. I'm Harrison Cohn, and this summer it's been really fun going to concerts and listening to music and making music too. I play a lot of instruments and I produce music, and that's a lot of what I've been doing over summer. And I really like jazz and hip hop and rock and basically everything except country. And sorry if you like country, I just don't flow with that. So yeah. And you know, how do you feel about concerts? And you know, why do you not want to miss them?
Well, in my opinion, I love music, and I think concerts are really fun to go to because you can just like really feel the music and feel what the artist is trying to explain to you. And it's really fun to just kind of escape reality and just like, it's kind of like my peaceful place. Like, I like every type of music other than country as well. I've just never been a fan. But I saw Russ in concert, and he was amazing, and he writes all of his own music. And I really wanted to see Petite Biscuit and Odessa, but I couldn't. But I will definitely see them soon because I just love their music, and it's really nice. And I love concerts. It's my favorite thing.
So thank you for joining us on Colorado Youth Network.
Join us next time for more news and media.
Do good and have a great day.